It's a great day to be outdoors, enjoying the fresh air and enjoying life, feeling happy and healthy. When you feel healthy, you will do better in school. Your classes will be more interesting to you. It will be easier to concentrate and you will have more energy. So to help you stay happy and healthy, this program is full of news you can use. Helpful information for young people about a serious health issue. The subject is blood-borne diseases. You've probably heard people talk about HIV and AIDS and hepatitis. It's possible for a person to be HIV positive and not seem to be sick at all. But as time passes, the HIV virus causes a disease called AIDS. AIDS is a deadly disease. It cannot be cured, but it can be prevented if you know the facts, take responsibility, and make the healthy choice. Today we're going to talk about protecting yourself from HIV and AIDS and other blood-borne diseases such as hepatitis B, and about how you can make healthy choices. Let's start at the beginning. Blood-borne means carried in the blood. Blood-borne germs can be transmitted from person to person through contact with blood or certain other body fluids from an infected person. One blood-borne illness is AIDS. AIDS is spelled AIDS. Here's what those letters stand for. A stands for acquired. I stands for immune. D stands for deficiency. And S stands for syndrome. Some people are born with a deficiency in their immune system. Their bodies lack the normal built-in protection from disease and infection. AIDS is an acquired deficiency of the immune system. Acquired means a person can get it, but is not born with it. You get AIDS from an infected person. A person with AIDS experiences a group of characteristic symptoms. A symptom is a sign of an illness, like a sore throat or fever. A group of symptoms is called a syndrome. AIDS is a deadly disease, but it can be prevented when you make the healthy choice. Knowing how to protect yourself from HIV and how to prevent AIDS can save your life. To understand how you can prevent AIDS, you must first learn about your immune system. The immune system is your body's defense against germs that can make you sick. Everywhere you go, you're surrounded by germs. Some of these germs are bacteria and viruses that can cause disease and make you sick. Every day, when you eat and when you breathe, thousands of germs get inside you. That's when your immune system goes to work. White blood cells are one of the most important parts of your immune system. There are several types of white blood cells, including phagocytes, B cells, and 2 different kinds of T cells. One special kind of T cell is the helper T cell. Helper T cells are very important in protecting you from disease. Without helper T cells, your immune system just won't work. The white blood cells in your immune system destroy harmful viruses and bacteria, the germs that can make you sick, and they do a great job. But there are very dangerous germs that your white blood cells can't destroy effectively. One germ is the virus HIV. HIV stands for Human Immune Deficiency Virus. HIV is the virus that causes the disease we call AIDS. When HIV gets in the blood, it kills the helper T cells. When helper T cells are destroyed, the immune system fails. It takes a while for HIV to destroy the helper T cells, which is why people with HIV sometimes seem to be healthy for several years after they get the virus. But in time, HIV will destroy the helper T cells, leaving the infected person unprotected from disease. Even a common cold or other usually minor illnesses become as dangerous and life-threatening as illnesses like pneumonia and cancer. But remember, you can't get AIDS unless HIV gets into your blood. And you can't catch HIV the way you catch a cold or the flu. You don't get HIV if someone sneezes on you, or if you drink from a water fountain or use a public restroom. You don't get HIV if you hug someone with HIV or talk on a phone that person has used. And you don't get HIV from swimming in a pool, or from a mosquito bite, or from sharing a meal with someone who has AIDS. But now we need to talk about the two most common ways people do get HIV and AIDS, hepatitis B, and other blood-borne diseases. The most common way people get HIV, or the virus that causes hepatitis B, is by having sex with someone who is infected with the virus. During sexual intercourse, the viruses can travel from one person to another, but you can make the healthy choice. You can take responsibility for staying well by not having sex. So make up your mind right now to protect yourself. Don't have sex. The other common way people get HIV or hepatitis B is by allowing infected blood to get mixed with their own blood. This can happen in a number of ways. Drug users often share needles. When a person injects drugs, some of that person's blood gets on the needle. If the person who uses the needle has HIV, he or she will give the virus to the next person who uses the needle. You could also be infected by other kinds of needles, so don't pierce your own ears or the ears of a friend. Ear piercing should always be done by a doctor or a professional whose needles are sterile and safe. The same is true for tattoos. And when you start shaving, don't use a razor that someone else has used. Don't ever mix your blood with someone else's blood to become blood brothers or blood sisters, or for any other reason. And it's very important never to touch another person's blood. If your friend has a cut or a bloody nose, you can help by calling an adult. There is another way HIV is spread. If a pregnant woman is infected with HIV, she can give the virus to her unborn baby who didn't have the chance to make a healthy choice. I know that's a lot to think about, but it's all important. And remember, it's up to you to keep yourself healthy. The two most important things you can do to protect yourself from HIV and AIDS and other blood-borne diseases are: don't have sex and don't allow any other blood to mix with your own. Now let's take a moment to review what we've talked about today. Some deadly viruses can be carried in the blood. Contact with the blood of an infected person can cause another person to become infected. One of the blood-borne diseases is AIDS. AIDS stands for Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome. AIDS is caused by a virus known as HIV, Human Immune Deficiency Virus. When HIV gets into the blood, it stays there forever. It destroys helper T cells and prevents the immune system from doing its job. People with HIV lose their ability to fight off disease. Common germs can become deadly and destroy their bodies. But remember, you can't get AIDS unless HIV gets into your blood. You can't catch HIV by hugging someone with HIV, or swimming in a pool, or drinking from a water fountain, or by any other normal, casual contact. You get AIDS only if HIV enters your blood. The two most common ways people are infected with HIV are by having sex with someone who has HIV and by getting infected blood mixed up with their own healthy blood. Remember, AIDS is a deadly disease, but it can be prevented if you make the healthy choice. Don't have sex and don't allow any blood to be mixed with yours. Never take illegal drugs. Don't touch another person's blood. Don't pierce your own ears or the ears of a friend. Don't ever mix your blood with someone else's blood to become blood brothers or blood sisters or for any other reason. This important information will help you make the healthy choice and will help you understand that protecting yourself against HIV and AIDS and hepatitis is your own responsibility. You can choose to be happy and healthy. It's up to you.